afternoon, Yappas. This is David with the news for the week of March 2nd. So you may have noticed that we've gone back to the old style of editing with transitions instead of just having me in a corner and having the page just up on the screen. It wasn't working. I was just talking a lot and not showing anything on the website. So I figured, let's go back to the edited and more sincere version of the news that people seem to respond to better. So to kick off the news today, I'm going to do the thread of the week. This week's thread of the week is the Hero's Ball. It's a thread made by Mallory Archer. I'm not too sure if Tin and Doc also had a hand in it, but if they did, kudos to them as well. The essential gist of the thread is there are a certain amount of players invited. It's a closed RP, and it's set on the Soul's Jewel, a luxury cruise ship. And what's been going on, it's a grand ball. And the people invited are just basically RPing as their alter ego selves. So myself as my admiral, Kill as his colonel, Cabell as his captain, and I do believe his marine as well, and a few others. And basically it's just to have a good time. I'm not too sure if there's going to be a massive plot twist or anything like that. If there is, I'm certainly looking forward to it. So yeah, go have a read. It's really excellent, and I think you guys will truly enjoy it. And now we move on to the profile of the week. This week's profile of the week is done by one of our Covenant moderators, Tin Can Hitman. It's a Shipmaster Elite, and the name is Orgul Xar Fusimi. Hopefully I said that right. I apologize if I did not. I chose this profile because it was well done. The strengths were good, they were creative, but they weren't overpowering. They weren't, god tier. And the weaknesses were believable and not incredibly crippling. He had a good balance, which is what you need in a good profile. Looking through his biography, it drew me in. It made me go, wow, I feel like I understand this character, which is a hallmark for a good profile. And when I read his RP sample, I saw that he did it very well. It held my attention till the end and made me want more. And that's a hallmark of a good profile. And we have several of them on the site. So if you're looking for a good example of a Covenant profile, I would recommend looking at Tin Can Hitman's, or even Hookah's profiles, or even Lel, who has an elite called Lel Menobi. And you can see just how much of a good hallmark these profiles are. But that's why I chose Tin's, because it was great, it's well done, and I felt he deserved a shout out. So Tin, this shout out is to you. Great job on the good profile. And now we move on to a special user of the week. So today, user of the week, I chose Tracker. And there is a reason for that. Now, as many of you may have been aware, some of you may not have been aware, there was at one point in time where I couldn't stand Tracker. I couldn't. I thought Tracker was absolutely horrible. Rude, mouthy. Always seemed to argue with me at ends. Every time I would say something, there was something rude coming out. But then she did something that I felt was incredibly awesome of her and generous of her, and she actually came to me and said, Dave, we need to talk. Why do we hate each other? And the question took me back. I went, I'm not too sure why. And I said, I find you off-putting and, rude and offensive. And she told me what she thought of me, and she was quite honest and blunt about it. And it was actually on that basis that we formed, if not a friendship, at least a working relationship where we could work together as a staff member and as a guardian. Or at that time, she was just a regular member. Now, since then, we've talked and that kind of thing. We're a lot more cordial to each other than we used to be. And but then she did something more recently that I want to share with you guys. And again, most of you have probably read this, and you guys have already given your thoughts on what's been going on. And that thread was called, I believe I need a reintroduction, where she came out and said, I'm the guy. And no, this isn't a joke. You know, it took a lot of courage to do what she did. Honestly, I respect Tracker for this. To be able to come out and say, hey, this is who I am. This is who I really am. To me, that takes a lot of courage. And you know, I'm not sure I could have done it myself. A lot of people said, you know what, that was good of Tracker. And you know what, I share that opinion. And honestly, Tracker to me is Tracker. Whatever it may be. And now, just to make sure we clarify, she still prefers to be referred to as she. And that is how it will be. Honestly, I see Tracker now as a friend. I see Tracker as someone who's kind, you know, spirited, definitely spirited, you know, has an opinion. You know, sometimes the opinion's a very strong one, strongly worded. But she's passionate too. She's passionate about this RPG and about what she does. And she wants to be there to help. Yes, sometimes she may come off as abrasive. Yes, sometimes she may come off as, you know, aggressive. Sure, we all can. I know I certainly have, and I've been called out for it too. By her, and a few others. But I just want to set the record straight about her. Honestly, I think Tracker is probably one of the nicest people on the site if you give her a chance. And now I'm probably sure some of you are probably going, oh wow, Dave, yeah, way to lay it on thick. No. This is speaking directly from my heart. She's a good person. Yeah, she has her rough edges, so do we all. So, I think she deserves every bit of applause for that thread and for being her. Because honestly, if we didn't have her, well, the RPG would frankly be a little bit more boring. And frankly, we wouldn't have a great person who's willing to stand up for things that she believes in, and for being a good member to boot. So the next time you may see her, you know, be a bit abrasive, just take it in stride. And give her a chance. That's all I have to say about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of another Yappa's news segment for the week of March 2nd. One thing I would like to say before I conclude this news broadcast is starting within the next couple of weeks, I'm going to have a new co-host, and that is actually going to be Tracker. She approached me and said, hey, can I help you with the news? And I went, yeah, sure. What do you want to do? She's like, well, maybe a co-anchor. And I went, okay, yeah, I could use one. And so you're going to see a little bit more of her, you know, and I'm pleased and thankful for her help. Mind you, these videos aren't too hard to put out, like, you know, Windows Movie Maker and a couple things. Done. But it would be nice to have someone else's take and view on the news. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope that you continue to enjoy. And if you like this video, maybe you'll like my other videos. So go ahead and subscribe to the Yappa's channel, where you'll be notified if there's ever a new video of, say, the news, our new podcast that Kel and I should be releasing within the next couple of days, hopefully, or if there's any Let's Plays with me in them, or others. So thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate every time you do. And have a good day, and good news.